My daddy played with the Beatles first. When I came home from school one day in Scotland, we had the shop. We had a music shop from when I was 5 until I was 14. Surrounded by guitars and pianos and drums and records. I came home one day and my father goes, "Can you have a listen to these guys?" I said, "They're quite good." He says, "They sound different." So I think they'll do quite well. Quite well. They did quite well, didn't they? Played me a song which blew my mind. And to the point where I said to my father, "Can I be in the Beatles, Daddy?" He says, "No, you can't be the Beatles, son." "Can I have a pony?" He says, "I can have a pony." I said, "How much are they?" He said, "A penny." I said, "That's good." He was humouring me, as he was wont to do. But years and years later, about 12 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago, I suppose, I was playing at a small club in Hollywood called Largo, where I used to play a lot, and the guy on the door comes running upstairs and he said, "Paul McCartney's in the room." And I went, "Oh yeah, sure." And the club owner said, "Actually he is." I said, "Is he?" He said, "Yes." My first thought was, what took him so long to get here? I've been playing here for years. I fully expected him long before now. And I walked downstairs and there he was, just standing there next to the kitchen. And he looked beautiful. Statuesque. He looked like the Beatle that he was. And he spoke to me. He said, "Oh, there you are, man. Yeah, great. Really cool. Yeah." Words to that effect, anyway. He said, "Hey, we're a bit jet-lagged, you know." It was when he was first dating Heather Mills. Give you an idea how long ago it was. Now he's married to somebody else. Happily, I would think.
Hopefully.
And he said, "Yeah, we're a bit jet-lagged, you know. We just got here." He said, "Don't get offended if we have to leave." Which I thought was very nice of him to say that. I said, "Stay for 2 songs." He said, "Okay." He says, "You well know, it can take a while." So he stayed the whole night, and then he took this album home with him called "Going Somewhere" that I have, which is an acoustic album that the club owner Flanagan gave to him. And he wrote to me afterwards and said that he really liked it. So that was nice, top of the food chain. Music. And he had it on his Desert Island CD, "Going Somewhere." It was part of a Uncut magazine, the English magazine. They used to do those things about famous people's Desert Island CD. And he had one of my songs on it. So I was quite pleased about that. I mean, I never saw it myself, but somebody told me. Anyway, he came to see me again. 3 of them came, him and Heather, Heather's sister. A few years later, I mean, I don't know him very well, but I have kind of, I got invited to a couple of shows and maybe saw him a few times over the years. Got invited to shows and, you know, got to go backstage and hang for a while, so that was very nice. But then one time, they called up on a Tuesday, they said, "We want to come and see you play on Saturday night," because they looked and they saw that I was playing at this place called the Canyon Club. So I said, "Great." So I told the band Paul McCartney was coming to see us on the Saturday, and they were well happy with that. They came, we played the show, and then afterwards, we went into this VIP lounge. It looked like the bar from The Shining. This red bar. And he was just standing there by himself. It was quite surreal. I said to the band, there's McCartney standing over there. He goes, "Hey fellas, come on over here and have a drink." Yeah, great, really cool, yeah. Something like that. So we walked over, had a drink, and he held court. Told lots of stories. He was very nice, quite the gentleman. And then about an hour later I found myself standing there by myself with him. Just standing there. And it's a bit difficult to know what to say to a Beatle, you know, just to start a conversation, you know. I was just standing there kind of going... I said, "So what are you doing over here at the moment in Los Angeles?" He said, "I'm just finishing a record." I said, "Oh." I said, "For making records these days, very different from making records back in those days, right?" And he goes, "Oh yeah." And he proceeded to tell me what it was like back in those days. Well, I could have stood there all night. He says, "Yeah, I just used to write a couple of songs, you know. And I'd go and pick up John. We'd get on the bus. We'd go to the studio, and George and Ringo hadn't even heard the song. I'd played for him, and George would cop the chords, and Ringo would tap on the table. And a man with a white coat would come in and say, 'Right, lads, you're up.' We'd have to go and record it. So we just did it like that, a couple before lunch, a couple after lunch. That's how we did it then." I said, "Yeah, that's very different from these days." And he goes, "Yeah." And then there was a pause in the conversation. And they said, "We want to come to your house." I said, "Do you want to come to my house?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm going away on tour on Thursday." And they said, "Well, we'll come on Wednesday." I said, "Okay." I said, "Do you want me to make you something to eat?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "So you could say you're coming for dinner then?" And they said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So they came on the Wednesday. She came a bit earlier. And he came about 8 o'clock, because he said he would. And I came up from a studio. I've got a studio in my basement. I'm standing in the driveway. I see this black town car pull up at the top of the drive. This guy gets out of the car, starts walking down the drive. And all those days of the music shop came flooding back to me. My father played me the Beatles songs, and getting those 45s on a Monday morning, playing them straight away. And all the Beatles posters up on the wall, with George Harrison playing a bar chord, which I tried to copy. It was like that. Gee. Fucking years to play that. Helps if you stick your tongue out. Get a better purchase. He came walking down the driveway, and I had a private moment just to myself. I just looked up and thought, Paul McCartney's walking down my driveway.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And he goes, "Oh, there you are, great. Yeah, really cool, man." Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. I said, "Come in, mind your step." I got my fucking nails sticking out like that. So I need McCartney bashing his head on that. So he came in and we chatted about all kinds of things. Post-war Britain and how bleak it was, and comedians and music. It's great. And I cooked food for them. I cooked Peruvian rice and Cuban beans and all manner of vegetables, because they're vegetarians. We're sitting around the table, but it's just 6 people. I was very happy. McCartney for dinner. Then we finished eating, and he picked up all the plates. He took the plates out of the kitchen. He started running all the plates under the tap. And I had another private moment to myself. I just looked out of the kitchen and I thought, Paul McCartney's doing my dishes. Did a crap job too, there was still a lot of a token effort at best.
That's awesome.
Clock strikes 8 up on a Monday.